So welcome, everybody. Welcome to All Souls. Good morning. We are going to start with our beloved Annie Hassett singing our incoming song called Filling Up and Spilling Over. And you might recognize it from Holly Near from long ago, but it's part of the theme of our service. So we'll listen to this. Feel free to sing along, hum along,
But you have to do it this way.
and then we'll go on.
Okay, here we go. Sometimes it takes a rainy day just to let you know everything's gonna be all right. I know all right. Dreaming in the sun, won't you wake me up, someone? I need a little piece of mind. Wake me from this dream that I've dreamed so many times. I need a little piece of mind. Whoa, I need a little piece of mind. When you open up your life to the living, all things come spilling in on you. And you're changing like the river, the changer and the change. You gotta spill some over, spill some over, spill some over, overall. Filling up and spilling over, it's an endless waterfall. Filling up and spilling over, overall. Filling up and spilling over, it's an endless waterfall. Filling up, spilling over, overall. Filling up, I can't hear you. Spilling over, it's an endless waterfall. Filling up, spilling over, overall. Filling up, spilling over, an endless waterfall. Filling up, spilling over, overall. Like the rain falling on, like the rain falling all around. Like the
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Annie. Beautiful. So, welcome again, everybody at All Souls. Zoomers, welcome. Roomers, welcome. Welcome to people here for the first time. Welcome to people who are returning. Welcome to people experimenting and trying us out. I hope you find comfort and community here. Just take a minute to look around on screen or in the room and see who's here. You're all here wholeheartedly. And yeah, wave, smile. You can see who's come together today. Welcome in the back. So, I'm glad to be here as your new minister, newbie in the first service of the year. My name is Betsy Simmons, and I'm an interfaith minister, and I'll be with you the second weekend of every month. So how many people have been to incoming service for many years? Okay. This service has many different meanings, incoming service. It's the end of summer. It's the beginning of back to school, back to work, for some of us, back to serious reality, schedule. It's a cultural and seasonal transition. And a couple more things we're returning from or moving from is a pandemic for the last 2 years and all the losses and isolations that brought up for all of us. We're slowly finding our way out. And I acknowledge people who are coming for the first time. It takes courage. It takes courage to come back in person and show yourself and be yourself. And I'm glad you're all here. It's a good crowd for today, so thank you. How many people on Zoom, Dan? 5. Wonderful. Okay. So today is also, as most of us remember, September 11th, and we remember viscerally, emotionally, the terror, the trauma of that time. And of course, we still feel the trauma and the trouble of the world, the violence we see in our country and in the world. War divides across political groups, age groups, gender groups, racism. We could name a long list of troubles of the world. The climate crisis, book banning, don't say gay, a lot of things that are troubling us, and they're tough times. Many inequities and imbalances that we see in our society, in our planet. So with all that weight, the goodness of this first service in another way is that we need to feel the grief that we feel from all this trouble. We need to find ways to deal with these crises individually and collectively. And we need to heal along the way, right? All of us are hurting in different ways, and all of us are healing in different ways. So part of the service is to find ways that we can dig deep within us to find the well of goodness that we can tap into to help us cope with this world and collectively not just survive, but thrive. So hence the title of the service, Filling Up, from our own wells spilling over. And there's a lot of beautiful symbolism and life in water, which we'll explore. Wells, waterfalls, rivers, seas, all of our water that we've brought today. We people and the whole planet equally are made of about 70% water. As we age, we get a little less. As our planet goes through this crisis, it's a little less. But we're kin. The planet and we are made of so much water, so we're kin. And we need to take mutual care of each other. So that's part of what we'll do during the reflection. And I'll say that now. At the 11th hour, so at 11 o'clock, for 11 minutes, Tom and Bill, are you in here? You can raise your hands, thank you. And with Joan's counsel, we'll ring the bells, which has been going on since April 11th as a symbol of the urgency that we need to step up and take action, not tomorrow, but now. So that will be a time when you can either stay in the church and pray, meditate, set your intentions, or you can step out and be on the street and talk, hold a sign, educate the community. So you'll have a choice with that. So that will be at 11. Okay. So from here, I would like to read the covenant. This is a little excerpt of your beautiful long covenant, but I shortened it just for today. And how I would like to do it is I'll say a line and then I'll do this and you can repeat after me. So we're all in this together. Okay? We covenant with one another to build our connections. on a foundation of love, hope, and faith. To promote justice and peace, and to show reverence for the divine within us and around us. Thank you. So, I'll say one more thing about our service. I invite everybody to read along, sing along, hum along, move if you want to move with the songs, with the words, with the poetry that I'll read. I like to have people feel like they can embody these words, not just hear them, but really feel them. So however you can let them in and integrate that. And now I'd like to move to the chalice lighting. And Silas, if you would like to come on up. And Silas is going to light the chalice. Do you want to show anything? Here he is. Thank you. And for people on Zoom, as Silas lights the chalice and I read the chalice reading, I invite you to light your own candle so that we feel we're connected in spirit, in light. And the poem is in your order of service. If you'd like to read along, I'll set the pace. It's called Thirsty by Gregory Pelly. And so we gather from the ebb and flow of our lives, thirsty for connection to ourselves, to others, to the larger life. As we light this chalice, may all who gather here be filled with joy and hope, filled with compassion and love. Here, may we be filled so that we may pour ourselves out into the world. Thank you. So, I'm going to move into a little bit of my words, feelings about the wisdom of water and the wisdom within us. And I invite everyone for a moment to just imagine a well. Anybody have a well where they live? Okay. We're going to imagine wells of water and also wells filled with other good stuff that we can tap into. So imagine you have, each of us, your own well within. That really deep groundwater or source energy, our beliefs, our attitudes, our faith that sustains us. Maybe it's our practices. We move every day. We meditate every day. We're in Mother Nature every day. I'm saying what is my source? Poetry. All the different things that we tap into. And I'm going to invite you to think about what's in your well that feels like a source support that you can call upon. It might be the essence of what you understand of God, goddesses, goodness, honesty, truth. I'm just going to name a few more and see what rings a bell to you. What do you need and what do you reach for? It might be the wisdom of your ancestors that you tap into, remembering the people who have died and who taught you and who you can lean on. It might be strength, patience, humor, endurance. You might be a very playful spirit and be spontaneous, and that helps you deal with the troubled world. So I'm just going to allow you to reflect on what's in your well. And then we're going to move on to, there's a time for building a community well, because all of us feel spent at different times. Our wells run dry. And how do we get spent? We get overwhelmed, we feel afraid, we feel some despair about the world. We have dips. And when our wells are dry, we can tap into the community well. And that's by stepping out of our being alone and reaching out for people and letting ourselves be seen and heard and known so that people can find us and know that we need to lean, to have an ally, to have some support. So, with that, I am going to invite Kate up, and we are going to read this poem together. And again, you can read along with us. And the poem is called On Being a Well. Step in. So we'll set the pace, and you could whisper along or read aloud.
I don't think they have this.
Oh, you do not have it? Okay. Well, then you're listening. You do not have it. Okay. There's certain words when I come to, I'll do this and you can repeat that word. What makes On Being a Well, what makes the world so lovely is that somewhere it hides a well. Something lovely there is about a well, so deep, unpiped and real, filled with buckets and buckets of that life-giving stuff. A faucet will do in a hurry, but what makes the world so lovely is that somewhere it hides
A well. Sometimes people are like a well, deep and real, life-giving, calm and cool, refreshing. They bring out what is best in you. They are like a fountain of pure joy. They encourage you to laugh even when things get rough. And maybe that's why things never stay rough once you found the well.
When you find a well, and you will someday, drink deeply of the gift within. And then you will be a well to find. So lift up your eyes and look around you into the hearts of a thirsty people.
Look, and I beg you, don't ever stop looking, because what makes the world so lovely is that somewhere it hides a well that hasn't been found yet. And if you don't find it, maybe no one will. And if you don't be one, maybe nobody will find you.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you. So,
5 minutes till.
wow, okay, time's a-moving. Okay. I'm going to read one more poem right now. This is by Jamila Batchelder and Reverend Molly Hausch Gordon. And it's a little prayer on all the different powers that come out of water. And once again, I'm going to invite you to reflect in to the images, the feelings that arise as I read this, and notice any part of you that feels like this kind of water as your strength. Are you a roaring waterfall, wearing rock away with sheer force of will? Are you a small sliver of water in a mountain crevice, breaking open rock slowly and steadily? Are you tenacious, like a mountain stream going down, around, and through every obstacle you face? Are you still and calm, like a pond at dawn, offering solace? Do you soothe the soul like steam rising from a cup of tea? Do you dissolve away stubborn muck like dishwater? Do you soften and smooth the edges like a creeping fog? Do you roll with the ebb and the flow of the tides? Do you clear away distraction like a rainstorm? So, what is it you bring to this community? Your unique power, your energy, your wisdom. Your power might grow out of your security, your success, or just as readily out of your vulnerability and your uncertainty. Feel that power within you. We're about to go into the 11 minutes, so you can reflect on this. And if you're not sure what your power's gifts are, stay open. We need all of our powers, resilience, to help us through this life. So Annie, if you could, I'm going to invite you to, do we have time for the offertory? We have 5 minutes. Let's do the offertory. And Annie will sing The River She Is Flowing. Okay? And this is a time to practice our filling up and flowing over and showing your generous side, sharing what you can for the good works of this church. I want to thank, while we're at it, Dan, Annie, Kate, Bill, Tom, Joan for helping put this service together, Russ, Usher. So thank you all, and we'll listen to this beautiful song, and then we'll do the meditation.
River keeps a flowing, flowing and growing. River keeps a flowing down to the sea. Mother, carry me, your child I will always be. Mother, carry me down to the sea. River keeps a flowing, flowing and growing. River keeps a flowing down to the sea. Mother, carry me, your child I will always be. Mother, carry me down to the sea. River keeps a flowing, flowing and growing. River keeps a flowing down to the sea. Mother, carry me, your child I will always be. Mother, carry me down to the sea.
Beautiful. Thank you, Annie. Thank you. So, as we get ready for our 11 minutes of honoring our planet, we will do the water pouring after these 11 minutes. And I just want to say that you have your choice to be here, to be outside, as I said. You may be meditating on your actions that you want to take to help the environment. And we're celebrating not just the power of water, but the plight of water. The droughts, the monsoons, the imbalances. 700 million people lack access to safe water. But beyond water, there's many causes to support, right? And just know what moves you and go there. You might want to save the bees. You might want to plant trees. You might want to clean the seas. You might be ready to go solar or go electric. Fly less, ride your bike more. All the little and big ways, how we vote, how we fund, how we educate ourselves on the urgency and the actions that we can take. So I think it is 2 minutes to 11. So if the ringers are ready, I'm going to invite you to make your choice to stay here or to step outside. And in 11 minutes, we'll come back and do our ceremony of pouring our water. Okay? Okay? Yep. You might also ponder, 11 minutes is kind of a long time, the gifts that you want to bring, because when we pour the water, you'll have a chance to either do it silently or speak a few words on the meaning of this water that you're bringing or the gift that you're bringing, that your water is symbolizing to this community. So you might reflect on that as well. You could stay in some of the time, you could go outside, but I'll leave us for now in quiet. For honoring that time and meditation, prayer, somebody doing a meditative walk, which is always a nice practice, and people out on the street, spreading the word. Thank you all. So at this time, we'll have our water pouring ceremony, and just a few words more from me. We pour our water together to honor our both individual life force and flow, our gifts, into a community vessel where we're building this community well. Each time somebody pours, the level rises, right? So we all really matter here, and our gifts matter, and our true self matters. So as you come up, we'll start at the front, and just a couple at a time, and as people sit back down, the next people can come. You can be silent and pour, or you can speak into the mic. It would be nice to face, so people are facing out. Turn the mic. Just a few words on your gift, the meaning of the water, your activism, just a few words. And there's also community water from the past years that will be blended in, so we can kind of honor the continuity of waters. It's not in yet, but to honor the chain of water. If you didn't bring water of your own, there's a pitcher of water to pour in. And I think I'll invite Kate, the front row, to please start.
Thinking about Barbara Waters.
I think we should all remember the 9/11 in Chile as well.
So I had my water today, Mini Machoni. Water is life, and life is water for the native tribes.
Thank you.
May we be the water of life for everyone displaced by floods who've lost their homes, and immigrants and refugees hunting for the well that will feed them.
Thank you. Can people hear with the mask and the mic? Can people hear what people are saying? No. And if not, I invite you, just for this part, take your mask down so that people can see you and hear you. Yeah.
This water is from a well in Leverett, and I just think it's really important for me to always be grateful for the water and grateful for the love and the connection that water brings to us.
Grateful for water and its sources. Thank you. From a well, thank you. You can also turn the mic down to your height. That helps.
We all, or many of us, live right here on the Connecticut River, a river that is threatened so often by so many activities of humans and corporations. So let's do whatever we can to be river defenders.
Thank you. Next row. I'll also say that this is a time, if this is your first time with us, to stand up and introduce yourself. It'd be nice to hear your name, please.
My name is Rob, and as I have every year that we've done this, I forgot to bring the water that I collected. So I'm grateful for the pitcher, and I'm grateful for the forgiving nature of water, which washes away many of my imperfections.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Bill. This water symbolizes the tears that I have caused by the sadness that I feel, and I'm honoring that. It's okay to feel sad.
Thank you. Next row, please.
Hi, my name is Jim. I forgot my water as well. I meant to bring some water from the Connecticut River, and I echo the previous sentiments, and it's dear to us. We live very close to it, and I honor the Connecticut River.
Thank you. Everyone has spoken thus far, which is beautiful. You do have the option to come up in silence. It's a nice ritual to pour part of yourself into the community vessel. So I invite you to consider if you haven't already. Thank you, Silas. And next people can begin to come up. Go ahead.
I don't have water with me either, but my name is Silas, and I'm honoring the joy that, like, swimming in water and just generally being by lakes and waterfalls can bring.
Yes. Thank you.
I'm Tina, and this water is from my swimming pool, which is a very good location for pollywogs and maybe some dragonflies.
Lovely, thank you.
In short, this is my first time here. I'm a lifelong Unitarian. From the time I got a Bible at 4 years old in Brooklyn. Unitarian church, not there anymore. What I believe is not to worry what's above, but to go out and make a difference. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your wisdom.
I'm Maria. I'm Ashley's daughter-in-law. He's just moved to Greenfield, so I'm glad he's here. And I'd like to pour some water for the ancestors. And also, this summer gardening, we became very aware of how precious water is for our gardens. So I'd like to, I'm thankful for the water that did come.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Constance. My water's been leaking in my purse. So what's left is from my well, from my mountaintop home in Vermont. I am grateful to be a steward of the headwaters to the West River.
Thank you.
My name is Pam, and I'm grateful for the persistence of water and my own. I'm sticking with climate change, and I'm working on it all the time.
Thank you so much. Thank you. After Russ, we're going to take a pause and hear from the Zoomers, but please.
My name is Russ. This water is from Ashfield Lake, where I went to swim on my birthday a month ago, which was the first swim I did since having heart surgery over a year ago. And now I can't. Oh.
You did it.
And swimming feels kind of like flying to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, in the big, oh.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you, Russ. And let's turn to people on Zoom. If anybody would like to speak about the water they brought, you can pour it into the
Go ahead, Emma. Unmute yourself.
virtual pool.
You're muted. You have to unmute yourself. She's busy finding the mute button.
Okay.
Hi, am I unmuted now?
Yes.
Hello?
Oh, this is Ellen from Washington, right?
Am I unmuted?
Yes, you are.
This is Lori up in Chesaw. And may all the waters run clean and pure.
Washington State.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Emma, go ahead.
I'm up in Coleraine, and I want my water from my well kept our gardens growing and producing some of the most abundant tomatoes and squashes this year. We were very grateful to have deep enough wells to be able to water. And we also enjoyed swimming in many of the lakes and rivers and out on Cape Cod. And I bring gratitude for having being able to live in communities and be in community areas where we are trying very hard to keep our water clean enough for all these purposes, and helping educate people on how to do the same in their own communities as we meet the challenges of climate change.
Thank you so much. Any others on Zoom?
Hello, this is Link. I was at Lake Garfield yesterday in Monterey, and I'd like to put the waters from Lake Garfield into our collective well. It's good to see everybody.
Thank you.
Carlin?
And Tom is here as well. Tom?
Hi, we like to say how much we appreciate the water that comes out of our tap. It's beautiful water here in Turner's Falls. Barely needs any treatment at all. And it's so beautiful. Appreciate the water here. I wish we could pour into the vessel.
And the water that I would pour would be in gratitude for the 8th principle and keeping thoughts of it alive in the congregation and also in our hearts and our lives. The 8th principle that was introduced last spring. Thank you all.
Thank you for bringing that into the service. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for the chance to be here with you all virtually. Love you all.
Thank you. Okay. Is that cover everybody? Good. Let's go back to the room. Any people in the back who would like to come up? Love to hear you, see you. Okay, go ahead. You can speak from there. Blood, sweat, and tears. Ah, yes, thank you. Thank you, Annie. Molly?
My name is Molly. I pour some water in honor of the Nile River, which has its headwaters in Ethiopia, a war-torn country that is the homeland of my adopted daughter, Hannah.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jean, and this is water from my faucet, beautiful Greenfield water. And I often think about the people who do not have water because of environmental racism in this country. And it seems to be spreading, and I think we all need to think about that too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
My name's Dick, and I'm pouring this water in collective guilt. We owe our clean water. We get it partially by dumping on poor countries. Our trash, our toxic waste. We need to legislate to stop that. If we make the mess, we should clean it here, not export it to other countries.
Amen. Thank you.
This is water from Conway and from our well. My name is Cynthia, and let's hope we're out of the drought. I just want to let you know that I did this in 1969, 52 years ago, and I've done it ever since.
Awesome. Continuity, longevity, awesome. Devotion.
I'm Jennifer. This water represents family. My grandsons, my 3 Vermont grandsons and their parents will be moving to Florida, and this is salt water representing the ocean near where they're going to be.
Thank you.
This water represents the other part of the family, which Lake Champlain and also the Connecticut River.
Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Amy. I think of water as connecting us all, and then it has different states. So I'm honoring the transitions that are easy and difficult, ice, water, and steam.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Joan, and this water is actually from my well, which is 600 feet deep, thanks to my husband, because we have a heat pump, and that's where we get our energy for our heat. Also, this represents the water from Lake George, where we were this summer, and the wonderful relationships with my family. And I also am sad because some people have too much water or not enough water because of the climate issues. And so then there's so much why I am passionate about ringing the bells to increase awareness in our town and throughout the world to think about and to act for climate change.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for your leadership on this. Anyone else in the room who would like to speak? Please.
My name's Wesley, and it's just occurred to me that I'd very much like to honor the lives of those I've been blessed to save, and to remember those who I've failed to save as a lifeguard in many of the waters in this area. I'd like to remember both of them. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you all for your words, your gifts, your treasures, your activism, your wisdom. Really appreciate. And the bowl is going to be put at the back of the church as people leave. You're welcome to do a little blessing on yourself, your head, your heart, your hands, if you like. Take some of that water with you. And I think because of time, I'm going to forego the last poem. Is that right? Yeah. Maybe I'll send it to you. It's a beautiful poem by John O'Donohue. People want to stay another minute or so?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay. Okay. All right. In Praise of Water by John O'Donohue. Let us bless the graces of water, the imagination of the primeval ocean where the first forms of life stirred, the well whose liquid worked long through the night of clay, trusting ahead of itself openings, the courage of a river to continue belief in the slow fall of ground, always falling farther toward the unseen ocean, seldom pushing or straining, keeping itself to itself, everywhere, all along its flow. Let us bless the humility of water, always willing to take the shape of whatever otherness holds it. The innocence of water, flowing forth without thought of what awaits it. The refreshment of water, dissolving the crystals of thirst. Water, voice of grief, cry of love in the flowing tear. So thank you. We'll have the benediction, and then we'll move to our last song and announcements. Here's your benediction from the Tao Te Ching. Nothing in the world is softer than water, yet nothing is better at overcoming the hard and strong. Like water, be gentle and strong, gentle enough to follow the natural paths of the earth, and strong enough to rise up and reshape the world. Amen, and blessed be. Annie will sing us Blue Boat Home. Many of you know this song. Welcome to, again, hum, sing, dance, listen.
My friend Garrett, actually, also. But before I get on,
yes,
before I get onto that song, the bells were ringing. I was thinking about the Queen. What a loving, compassionate, kind woman, queen, wife, mother, grandmother. As I watched her entourage for her last, moving to where she's going and then to be laid at rest. I'm really grateful for her. And the other thing I'm thinking about the water is when I realized I was going to be able to be part with you for sharing music and remembrance, I came across something on YouTube, a woman saying her husband called and he said, tell him I'm on the 87th floor. I'm on the 87th floor. And she never heard from him again, but all night long in my dreams I heard, I'm on the 87th floor. I'm on the 87th floor. And I'm thinking about the people on the plane that rushed in and tried to overcome that, the messages that they made to their loved ones, the last thing that you would like to say before somebody departs, I feel, is I love you. I love you. So this song, has anybody heard Peter Muir? I was just given the opportunity to meet him and hear his music, and I thought, why have I not heard from this person for years? So,
Thank you. And thank you, Garrett, for being here, for playing the flute. Appreciations.
yeah,
Okay.
it's been quite a journey today. Okay, Garrett. Sneak this over here. You think it'll hear us? Okay, hang on. Get my glasses. It's not easy being a musician.
We appreciate you both.
It's easy singing though. So please, everybody that anybody aware of the song Blue Boat Home? Yeah, we have one.
Yes.
Though below me I feel no motion. Now let me put my little capo on. Below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean. Still my dry land heart can say, I've been traveling all my life now, never port or home that I own. The wild universe is the boat that I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. How about trying that? The wild universe is the boat that I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun my sail and moon my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred and pilgrim souls, making our light by the way of the heavens in our beautiful blue boat home. Keep it going, Garrett. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds turning behind, great the infinite sea before.
before me. Sing the sky my sailor song. I was born upon the fathom, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Give it a try. Here we go. Why universe is the boat that I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Wild universe is the boat that I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
Thank you. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, such nice music fit the service. Thank you. We're going to move on to Kate, offering a few announcements, and if anybody has an announcement from the congregation, she'll bring the mic to you.
So if anybody has an announcement for us.
Well, today at 12:30, there's a Social Justice Committee meeting, which Molly will probably talk about. I cannot be there today, but thinking about that, I have a 1.5-page piece that I wrote for the Recorder on the new laws. This is the good news. The new laws and the financing that are coming from climate change. And if you're not familiar with it, it is worth reading. So I worked a long time to try to put 38 pages of the current new law added to the 40 or 50 pages of the previous law, and hearings into 1.5 pages. And you also have an invitation to come to the Mesa Verde restaurant on the 16th. That's Friday, next Friday, if you want more of the same, plus a lot more.
Thank you so much for that work. Okay, if you could stay around after service, people can find you. That would be wonderful.
Also have a quick announcement that there is an Interfaith Council retreat up at the Peace Pagoda this afternoon. If anybody's interested in more information about that, all are welcome.
Hi, my name is Molly Chambers. I'm the co-chair of the Social Justice Committee. And first of all, I'd like to thank Jean and Dick Hall for their hospitality when we had our potluck viewing party and selected the films for the Anti-Racism Film Festival. This year will be September 23rd. We will...
October 23rd?
Yes, October 23rd.
Okay.
And I hope people will join us today at 12:30 in the Parish Hall for the Social Justice Committee, which will talk more about the planning for the film festival.
Thank you, Molly.
Marty Ortiz, who is still a member of this congregation but hasn't been able to join us here for services for a while, is living in the Buckley Nursing Home here in Greenfield. I visited her a few days ago. It was a really great visit. And I have her room number and her telephone number. She'd love to be in touch with people. If anybody's interested, just see me after the service. Thanks.
Thank you, Russ.
Also, we do have refreshments and opportunity to join each other outside with our masks off, so I invite us all to... Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure people know that our member, Barbara Waters, who came 3 years ago or so, has died. She died of cancer on August 31st, and I have her obituary in my pocket. She was a valued member of our community.
Blessings to Barbara. Thank you. Thank you for all Zoom again. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here today. I hope you stick around. I'd love to meet you, meet each other, and welcome back next week. Blessings all.